home, the workplace, while you travel, or wherever you are, we're there. Okay. Today's class, body shaping, and who doesn't want to shape and firm the body? So if you're wanting to firm the body, if you want to shape the body a little bit, if you want to burn some extra calories, this is a great class for you. I'm going to do it with you in real time. Okay. Some things you want to grab. We're going to need a chair or a bench if you've got one. Dumbbells, if you have them. If you don't have dumbbells, we're trying to make this accessible for anybody, regardless if you have equipment or not, or what type of fitness level you're at. We can have gallon containers or canned goods. Okay, so I've got some gallon jugs here. I also have some dumbbells that we can use. The other thing, we're going to be doing some one-arm rows. Okay, so I've found it beneficial, and if you've seen some videos in the past, we've been using this. If you have an old backpack, I know it's summertime, maybe one of your kids has a backpack, and you can put some items in there. Just if a milk jug isn't quite heavy enough, put some books in there. If you have an old dumbbell, you can use a dumbbell. But the backpack is a neat way just to get some other items, just to get weight, so that when we do these one-arm rows, it's a weight that might challenge you to get 15 or so. Okay, so gather those items. There's not a lot to chair or bench. Some resistant weights, whether it's dumbbells, gallon jugs, canned goods, possibly even a backpack with some weight in there, and we're gonna get started. Our first set, guys, is going to be a core segment. We've got 4 exercises. We'll go through 2 times. We're gonna start on a chair, and we are going to go with a leg lift, but we're gonna do just a slight little twist. And I don't wanna get too ballistic with this movement, so it's kind of controlled. So we're here, and all we're gonna do, guys, is just slightly lean with the heels, almost like you're just sliding the heels up, sliding the heels up. So as you come up, we're just slightly off to the side, and the other side, good. And we're gonna get 8 to 10 of these in each direction, all right? So there's 3, and we're going up, 4. We're gonna kind of use this to kind of get the body warm. 5, up, 6, up, 7, up, 8, good, 9, let's get one more, there's 10. We're gonna go to the floor now, okay, and we're gonna do what's called a low plank body saw. So we're just gonna go forward and back. So we'll get in position, and I'm gonna get in a low plank. And why don't we do maybe, I don't know, 15 of these or 20? So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep the core tight. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, let's lay down. Minimal rest in between here. As we're gonna do alternating T crunches, okay? And we've done these a couple different ways in the past. So what we're gonna do is we'll put the arms out, okay, and we're gonna have the legs down, and we're just gonna come up, opposite extremities coming toward each other, okay? So let's go for 15 or 20 in each direction. So we're gonna come up, we let that head come all the way down. 1, up, 2, up, 3, up, 4, up, 5, up, 6, up, 7, up, 8, up, 9, up, 10, up, 11, up, 12. You should really feel that core. Up, 13, up, 14, up, 16. Up. 17. Up. 18. Up. 19. Up. 20. Guys, bend those knees. We're going to go to a 4-count crunch. I call them Rockies. Okay, so hands behind the head. It's a great compliment after you've had your legs extended up to keep that whole hip flexor, that whole area kind of relaxed while you focus a little the upper abs. So hands are back. Remember our 4 phases. We're coming up, side, side, up, then all the way back, but we don't want to pull on the neck. Okay, so hands are behind the head, just kind of supporting the weight of the head, and we come straight up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1 rep. Up, side, side, 2. Up, side, side, 3. Up, side, side, 4. Up, side, side, 5. Up, side, side, 6. Up, side, side, 7. Up, side, side, 8. Over half there. Up, 15. 9. Up, side, side, 10. Up, side, side, 11. Up, side, 12. Up, side, 13. Up. Just keep that core tight. Let's get 1 more rep. We're up, side, side, squeeze, minimal rest. Let's come right back to the chair. Okay, so we'll hop up. We're going to come to the chair. And let's get 8 to 10 each direction here. Okay, so brace yourself in the chair or your bench. And we're swinging slightly up. 1, good. Turn those heels. 2, 3, 4. And you're gonna feel right in those obliques. Lower. 7, 8, 9. 1 more. Up. All right. Let's go right to the body saw. Okay. Remember, we're getting a low plank position. So we're here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Boy, that second set gets you. Woo, felt those. All right, so now we're going to do those T crunches, okay, alternating. All right. So arms are out, guys. And here we go. Up. Rest the head. 1. Up. 2. Up. 3. Up. 4. Up. 5. Up. 6. Up. 7. Up. 8. Up. 9. Up. 10. Up. 11. Up. 12. Try to keep going, get what you can. 13. 14. 15. 16.
exhale as you come up. 17. 2 more. 1. Last one, guys. Up. Squeeze. Okay, bend those knees. We're going to Rockies now, okay? Hands behind the head. And let's go. Up, side, side. 1. Up, side, side. 2. Up, side, side. 3. Up, side, side. 4. Up, side, side. 5. Up. 6. Up. 7. Up. 8. Up. Side, side. 9. Up. 10. 5 more. Up. Side, side. 1. Up. Side, side. 2. They may not look like much, but whew, you feel them. 3. Up. Side, side. 4. Let's do another one. Up. Side, side. Squeeze. Great work, guys. Okay, so we kind of got the core, we kind of broke a sweat maybe a little bit, got the body temperature up. So now we're gonna hit chest, back. We were having some audio problems, so I'm gonna go ahead and just voice over part of this video, and I apologize. We're gonna get ready to start the chest, back, and bicep circuit here. And you can use your milk jugs or dumbbells, and it's like you're giving someone a big hug. Just make sure, watch your elbows as you come to the floor, that you don't drive them into the floor, so it's a slow, controlled movement. Okay, so I'm gonna use the milk jugs, as you can see, and I've got kind of fat fingers, so they don't fit very well in there. So sometimes I take a finger out of there just to make it a little more comfortable while I'm doing that exercise. So we're just going to, kind of grab those weights. Hopefully you can see this okay. Lay back, and we are going to give some big hugs, all right? Trying to focus on primarily the pectorals, focus on that chest, okay? And I think we're gonna knock out like 15 of these, okay? So 1, and see how it's slow and controlled, that's what you want. 2, 3, 4, good focus. 5, just stay really focused on the chest here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So just be careful setting those down, especially if you have bad shoulders. Just kind of lay them off to the side. The next exercise we're going to do is we're going to do some push-ups, and I always talk about this. We want to make the push-up fit your fitness level. So if that means going on your knees, go to your knees. If you want to do regular push-ups, that's fine. Or use a bench or chair, and that makes it a little bit easier than if you're on the floor. Now, I'm going to do a variation where I'm going to drive the knee toward the elbow just to make a little more intense, okay, to make it a little more challenging. So again, fit your fitness level here. I'm going to do about 5 each way, okay? So knee coming towards the elbow. Good, then we'll hit the other side, and that would be 1. All right, and that's a challenging way to make that push-up a little more difficult. 2, good. There's 3, 4. If you're doing regular push-ups, maybe 10, 15, or bench push-ups, that's fine. The next exercise, so we'll get off the floor, and I'm going to use a backpack, but if you have dumbbells, obviously you can use a dumbbell. We're just going to go one-arm rows. We want a weight that's challenging though, okay? So if you have a backpack, load that thing up with an appropriate amount of weight. we can get about 15 reps. Okay, I grab the handle kind of down low in the backpack so I don't hit the floor very well, and keep the back fairly straight. If you look at the posture there from my hips to my shoulders and all the way up like the back of the head, so the neck is pretty much a straight line. And then when you pull, you're not pulling to the shoulder. I see a lot of people pulling that up to the shoulder. You want to actually drive it back, a sawing motion, where you're going towards the hip. If you watch my elbow, it goes high, and I'm squeezing that lat, so almost like alongside underneath the armpit. And you really want to feel that back work. It really gives a good shape and it strengthens that back. All right, so we're going to get 15 on this side. And then we'll switch around. And we'll get 15 on this side. Notice the back isn't rounded, it's straight. Pulling the hand towards the hip slightly, not towards the armpit or shoulder. And again, I apologize about the audio on here. It is voiceover. I hope this works out okay for you. Maybe it's better. You don't hear me breathing heavy. So we'll get 15 here. Good. Hopefully you felt that. And this next exercise is a doozy. If I've worked with you in the past, I know I've worked with some of you, we're going to do these 10-10-10s, I call them, for your biceps. Okay, so they're really challenging. So again, you can use milk jugs or dumbbells if you've got dumbbells. And what we're going to do, we're going to do individual curls. So we're going to do your left arm for 10. We're going to do your right arm for 10. Then we'll alternate 10 reps with each arm. And then we're going to finish by going together 10 reps with each arm. So it ends up being 30 with each arm, although clients argue it's 40. It's only 30 on each side. All right, so we're going to grab our weight and we're going to start. And I usually start with my non-dominant arm, so I'm going to start with my left arm, palm facing forward. Notice that, okay? I'm not turning the palm, I'm keeping the palm forward, really trying to isolate that bicep. Even if the weight isn't super challenging, and you won't need a lot of weight for this, okay? But we'll get 10 with the left arm. And we'll switch arms and we'll get 10 over here with the right. Now, if you look at my left arm, I did turn the palm facing the body, and that'll help relax that arm after doing those curls. So that's about the only time you can keep those things relaxed. All right. So we're going to get a few more reps here to get to our 10. And we're going to start alternating now. So palms again are forward. And there's 1. So up, there's 2, and we'll get 10 of these. Hopefully you're feeling those as we go along here. I know I was. And this one's kind of grueling because it takes a long time to get both arms 10 when you're going like this. So just squeeze through these, fight through them. Good, and we're going to go now, both arms, as you can see. 10 reps with both arms. And this will really get those biceps really tight, really sore, really get them working, okay? So hopefully you like that. That's kind of a cool way to hit those biceps once in a while. So now, you know, a little breather, and you can swing those arms a little bit if you want, kind of stretch out. I don't want a huge break. If you need a little water, you can get them. But we're going to go back to these flies now. All right, so we'll grab the weight you're using, whether that be dumbbells or gallon jugs or even canned goods. And we're going to knock out another set of 15 with these, okay? And watch the form. It's slow and controlled. We don't want any jerky movements. Notice the elbows are always soft, not locking my elbows. I'm not causing any stress on the joints. Minimal stress on the shoulder and minimal stress on the elbows. Trying to focus all that weight on the pecs. All right, this guy's doing a pretty good job. So 15 of these. Good, guys. Finish strong here. Great, great. So we're just going to get those out of the way. So set your dumbbells or your gallon jugs off to the side. And we've got push-ups again. And, you know, as I always mention, you go to your fitness level, whatever you're comfortable with. Okay, some people, this is not their favorite thing to do. Or they have a challenge with shoulders or elbows or even wrists. So find the appropriate push-up for you. And try to get a push-up that's going to challenge you to get, 10 or 12. Okay, so in this case, I'm lifting the knee up, and I'm getting a total of 10 push-ups, 5 on each side. But I'm making it a little more intense by raising that leg up. And try them, you'll see. They are challenging. Okay, so we did our pushes, and I always like to kind of complement that with a pull. So we're going to go to our one-arm rows, and again, I've got a backpack loaded with a little bit of weight, and you can modify that however you need to. And we're going for another 15 reps. And again, I'm just kind of showing you, make sure and pull to the hip. There's a tendency when it'll pull to that shoulder, and that's just going to strain the shoulder, and really, you're not going to get the maximum benefit in your back. If you pull to the hip, you really blow up that lat. Okay, that's what we want to do. Good, and there's a mind to muscle connection too. So really, when you're doing these exercises, really try to focus on the muscle you're trying to engage. So in this case, it's the lats. So really trying to get that back to work with every single repetition. Good, so we kind of get ourselves braced in. We get that back in a nice straight line. It's not parallel to the floor, but it's a straight line from the hips all the way up the neck to the top of the head. Okay, and pull into the hip. And we'll get 15 of these. Boy, it's a lot easier to talk when you're not exercising. This is great. Okay, now we got those bicep blasters, all right? The 10, 10, 10. So I'm going to stall for a minute, play around the chair. And now we're going to get after it. So we'll grab your appropriate weight. Again, you don't need a ton of weight for these to really get a good burn in those biceps. So again, palm is up. We're going to get 10 reps. We'll switch those arms up. Palm facing forward, and great job. Good, and just try to keep that weight, whatever you're using, just keep it under control. We talked about that a lot with the flies, with shoulders and elbows. You really want to have good form, and with these curls to really isolate that bicep. You don't want that elbow flying forward and back. You don't want a whole lot of lean from the hips, so you're really trying to just make those biceps do all the work. And now we've gone to the alternating, so we're going to get 10 with each arm. So you should be feeling a pretty good burn in those biceps if you're doing these along with me. All right, big breath. We're going both at the same time on just 10. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Great work. Okay, so the next segment, this is going to be our legs, shoulders, and triceps, all right? And I'm probably complaining because my biceps are tired, all right? But our first exercise, and you're going to see it here in a second, is a one-arm deadlift or squat. So you're going to squat down. It's really like a deadlift down the midline of the body, holding the weight. we're going to pull it to the shoulder and press over the head. Okay, so it's a squat. We call them squat pull and presses when I'm doing with people. But if you look, the weight's down the middle of the body. I squat or deadlift down. I bring it right to the shoulder and then press up. There's no reverse curl with this. It's right to the shoulder and up. Okay. So I'm trying to show there that we're not doing reverse curl. Just bring it good and drive up. So as you come up from that deadlift or squat, it goes right to the shoulder. We want to get 15 on each side. Good. And guys, I'm sorry the video. This was just a bad. I think the batteries are low, so I lost the audio, and now the video is like glitching a little bit. So I am really sorry. But 15 of these on each side. Hopefully you can see that good form. That's what we want. Okay, just trying to get that whole body engaged the most. So you're getting those legs, getting a little bit of core, you're getting those shoulders, a little bit of triceps. So we'll get 15 here. So count out your reps. When you get to 15, we'll switch up. Okay, so there was 15, and now we're switching sides. We'll match the reps here. Yeah, this circuit is really good because the leg movements really get a lot of muscles. A lot of multi-joint movements going on here. Okay, so really good stuff. All right, you guys. The next exercise we're going to do we're going to do a one leg straight leg deadlift and frontal raise. Okay, so just a one leg deadlift, and then you're going to bring your weights. And in my case, I'm using gallon jugs. You could use canned goods, or you could use a little medicine ball, or just your fists. Okay, if you don't want to use a whole lot of weight. Okay, so we're going to basically do a one leg deadlift so that posterior chain is going to work a lot. So we're talking hamstrings, glutes, lower back. We come over, body straight. We come up. If you want to lightly touch, you can lightly touch that foot. I try not to touch sometimes, and then occasionally, for balance, you're going to have to maybe touch with the ball of that foot, but it should be a light touch, okay? So we're coming down and we're up. So in addition to working a bunch of different muscles, including the shoulders, glutes, hamstrings, lower back, you're also working balance on here. And we're just doing 10 today with this workout on each side. It'll really challenge you, I think. Okay, so that was one side. We're going to switch these guys up. And I'm explaining that if you have one weight in your hand, sometimes it's a little bit easier. If you have two weights in your hands, you're trying to counteract with those two movements, and it can be a little more challenging. So you may want to start with just one weight, one canned good or a light dumbbell, and then graduate up to holding a weight in each hand, but you don't have to. You could obviously just increase the weight holding with both hands, like a kettlebell or a heavier dumbbell. Good. And notice just the slow, controlled form. That's if we don't go too quickly. It's hard to tell, guys, but the knee is just soft. Okay, so the leg looks straight, and it is, but I'm not locking that knee joint. So make sure that it is soft. I don't want extra stress on that joint. Okay. The next exercise, we're going right to kickbacks, and we're trying to keep that rest down to a minimal. So if you need to change weights, you can. I'm just going to use the same weights here. I'm going to get my elbows up high, and I'm driving back, trying to be very deliberate about the contraction in the back of the arms. So trying to keep everything else relaxed, squeeze the triceps, come down. Okay, so even though this weight may not be very challenging, I'm really forcing that contraction with every repetition. Okay, so if you're working at home and you don't have the exact weight you would use at the gym, just really make these reps count. Okay. So we can do 15 to 20. I think I did 20 of those, but we'll get 15 or 20 of those. Guys, we'll set those down. This is a chance to get a quick drink if you'd like. And we're going to go back to where we started with this whole thing. So we're going back to the one arm squat, pull, and press. Okay, and it's a lot like a squat or a deadlift, like I mentioned before. So we'll recover for a second. We're going to come back to this, and we've got 15 on each side. All right, so we'll squat, we'll pull that up and drive to the ceiling. Excellent. We're getting close here. We got to get through this leg, shoulder, and try one more time. Good. And we're just trying not to lean too far forward as we do this. So you're kind of dropping back in those hips, just getting a nice deadlift or squat. Get it right to the shoulder and press. Okay, that side's done. Let's hit this other side. Remember, we're doing 15 each. Hang in there. Good, kind of hitting everything with this. All right. All right, so we are done with those squat, pull, and presses. So catch your breath for a second, and then we're going to grab a weight, our weights, and if you're using two, and we're going to get these straight leg deadlifts and frontal raise. Just 10 on each side, but you'll really feel that posterior chain working along with the shoulders. Okay, so 10, nice controlled form. Almost there on this side. All right. Knock those out. Now we gotta get the other side. And then we'll put those milk jugs to rest. All right, we're getting there. I think that's 7. All right, I think this is it. Driving up. All right. Whew. Man, it does feel good to be done. I got to tell you. So, hey, we've got some calves coming up that I'll show you in just a second. All right, good work on that. Good job. And I think that the audio will be okay. Oh, we have kickbacks. Sorry. We got kickbacks. My fault. Kickbacks, and then we're going to do some calf work. Okay? I jumped the gun a little bit there. So we got 20 kickbacks hitting the back of those arms. And I'm just going to keep this audio going until we hit the calves. I think for the calves it was okay. So we're thinking back of the arms, just squeeze those triceps with every repetition. Maintain that good form. Great job. Just stay focused. Excellent. Guys, great. That actually concluded the leg, shoulder, tri push of this, although we are going to hit some lower legs here in a second.
Okay?
And as I mentioned, I think the audio is working okay, so I'm going to stop this. Guys, thanks for joining me. Here's the calves.
25. I like to do in 2 count calf raises. So we're going to do 25 2 counts, toes in, toes out, toes straight. Really toeing those calves, all right? So I'm gonna turn the toes in. You may find yourself a little, adds a little instability. You don't get a lot of balance like that, so you may wanna be close to this, okay? So we're gonna go up, 1, so that's our 2 count. Come down slow. We come up, press the balls, feet in the floor, 2, up, 3, up, 4, up, squeeze, 5, up, 6, up, 7, up, 8, up, 9, up, 10, 11, up, 12, 13, up, 14, 15, good job guys, 16, 17, 18, keep going, 19, 20, 21, 22, up, 23, up, 24, up, 25, okay. Shake my, may have a little burn in there, okay. These kind of keep building on, you know. So now, toes out. You have a lot better balance here, okay. So a little more, you feel more stable. Here we go, we're up, 1, up, 2, up, 3, up, 4, up, 5, keep those calves tight, 6, up, 7, up, 8, up, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, up, 16, up, 17, good for the ankles, calves, 19, 20, 21, up, 22, 23, up, 24, up, 25. Shake them out some, okay? They might be getting a little tight here, okay? Let's go toes straight ahead now, okay? So take them as straight as you can. Up, 1, up, 2. Using the ball of the feet, guys. Don't get into toes. Ball of the foot. 3, up, 4, up, 5, up, 6, up, 7, up, 8, up, 9, 10, 11, up, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, starting to burn a little bit, 17, up, 18, up, 19, up, 20, 1, up, 2, up, 3, up, 4, up, 5. Okay, guys, what you want to do is shake those out before we go, okay? Great workout, by the way. Thank you for joining me. We want to stretch those calves because those things really, they can cramp at night. They'd like to get real tight, ball up a little bit. There's a couple ways of stretching your calves. You can go to a step or a ledge. You do it 2 ways. You can bring your foot up, if you can see that, and just lean forward.
and that'll stretch them. Or you can kind of do the opposite of that, where you bring your foot behind you, press the heel to the floor, and then lean forward, which is going to lengthen that back calf. So this left side, as I lean forward, keep the heel down, that really does a good job of lengthening that muscle. So I'm going to go against the wall, just lean forward, stretch it, guys, 15 to 20 seconds, okay? Let those muscles get back to their natural state. They're really tight right now, probably from those calves, especially if you don't do those very often, okay? So we'll switch those up, heel down. So just put your heel down, and then lean forward, and as that stretch eases, you can slowly get into it. I don't want a lot of pain, just the muscle stretching, okay? Don't bounce. Let's go easy on this one, all right? So we're gonna go forward, just stretch those out. Guys, as I mentioned, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the body shaping workout. We will see you again next time, so stay healthy, stay strong.